My name's Brendan Maslin. I'm the General Sales Manager here at Pkwy Nissan in Hamilton, Ontario. Today, we're going to be reviewing with you the 2023 Nissan Rogue SL. Let's get right into it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, click the link at the top of the description for your YouTube only incentive. First, we're going to start off here with the front end of the vehicle. The front end here of this Nissan Rogue, I love what they've done with this new generation of Nissan Rogue, where we have the turn signal LED at the very top here with the headlight below, all LED, and everything built into this particular housing. Nissan has stuck with this for a few years now, and I love what they've done with it. It has a V-motion grille and the now infamous white lettered embroidered Nissan badging they've done across the brand on multiple different models. This Nissan Rogue SL is equipped with frontal collision avoidance, emergency front braking built into it that comes on the factory spec, and a front nose camera. So when you make those trips to Costco or the busy parking lots on weekends, we've all been there, this is going to help distinguish exactly where the front end of that vehicle is, so you don't run into an issue in a small accidental rear ending of somebody else and destroying that gorgeous front end of your car. Looking at the side here of the vehicle, Nissan over the past few years has added this black cladding to all of its makes and models. And the reason for that is cars previously, that if this were painted, would get scuffed, damaged from small and or big things, in most cases accidentally. So they've gone to this because it's a much more durable material and won't show the wear and tear like paint would. The wheels that come specifically on the SL here are 19-inch. And I love what the manufacturer's done over the past few years, gotten away from just a simple brushed aluminum one color look. And they've added in a bit of a gunmetallic flare with some nice sparkle to really make those rims pop. As we go down the side of the vehicle here, Nissan has on the specific SL trim here, on SL and Platinum, the Nissan's around view camera system. So you have a bird's eye view of the front of the car. You have one on the side of the vehicle, so it helps with knowing exactly where those curbs and limits are. And then you also have the turn signal indicator, where it's going to help that person driving beside you on the highway. As we move along here, Nissan has used this for a number of years, still to this day, with their famous Nissan's intelligent key system, where it offers a bit of functionality to that, where you can, on approach or departure, the car will unlock or lock itself, or by the simple touch of just the button itself, you can open the door, and same thing on exit, push the button and it'll also lock that vehicle for you. As we look a little bit down below, they've added a bit of that chrome down to the very bottom here, just to tie in with the chrome they have sitting up top. Tinted windows come on SL model. It's a feature that comes with it. But the thing that I most love, and let me know what you think in the comments section down below, is they've built the roof racks right into the actual roof of the car. I know a lot of manufacturers still to this day have a roof rack where there's a good inch or two sitting in between, and a lot of complaints come from that for wind noise and for anybody sitting in the rear of the vehicle. It makes it quite a bit of a distraction for passengers inside for your cabin. This here helps with that, and it also just ties in that more sleek finish to the top of the vehicle and tying in those chrome accents throughout. Guys, here we are at the back of the 2023 Nissan Rogue, and I just want to talk a little bit about what the designers did with this vehicle. They've given it some nice hips that flare out from the rear of the vehicle with a nice tie-in of the LED rear taillights. And I love how they've added in the badging on the rear. Nissan's done this on a few vehicles like our Titan, Nissan Rogue, Nissan Pathfinder, Nissan Armada. And it just gives a very bold statement to anyone that's behind the vehicle to know exactly what's sitting in front of them. Looking at the vehicle here, we have our rear emergency braking sensors. It comes with your rear camera, which ties into the around view camera again on this particular vehicle. And again, that lovely white embroidered Nissan logo. Hard to mistake that you're driving a Nissan Rogue in this case. Let's get into the back of the vehicle. Great feature that comes on Nissan is for those people that might live in a condo or underground parking, if that's where you possibly live and or work, you may have to work with ceiling heights that don't allow this to open to its full capability. So with Nissan Rogue, the engineers allowed it to go to a much higher height, and you can set whatever height that you need. Myself, I'm about 6'1", and I need a little bit more clearance and headroom, and I typically won't be parking underground. This particular vehicle now allows me to have good clearance, whereas some vehicles in this segment, you'd have a harder time standing underneath the tailgate without hitting your head or injuring yourself. As we get into it here, there's quite a few different things that you can do with the rear of this car. Right now, the vehicle does offer a near folding flat floor, but I'll just point out a few things. So we have the tonneau cover that comes with the vehicle, fully removable as well. And inside, we now have a flat floor. That floor at times, if you have things like watermelons or objects in the rear, soccer balls, anything that is going to potentially roll around and get damaged as you're driving, there is an option where you can actually contain some of those belongings that are sitting in the cargo area of the vehicle. The floor sits up, it's designed to do this, and it gives the functionality when you most need it, and you can adjust to different levels. So that's a good look at the rear of the vehicle. Let's hop inside now and check out what the interior is about. The first thing I want to talk about when you first get in this Nissan Rogue is the comfort and functionality. Nissan still to this day has Nissan NASA-inspired zero-gravity seating in the driver and passenger front seats of this vehicle. What does that mean? That helps with blood circulation and help to reduce fatigue over those longer drives. Inside, I just want to talk a little bit about the fit and finish. So Nissan has some nice hard plastics that'll help with durability. They have some beautiful soft touches on the armrest and for those that are going to get into those longer drives. And then it has a gorgeous stainless steel finish on the door panel that offers the driver and multiple drivers memory seats, power windows, foldable mirrors, and lockout feature as well for those passengers in the rear. If we look at the actual driver's perspective, we're met with a large digital screen that offers a ton of clarity. A lot of manufacturers still to this day in 2025, their vehicles don't offer a lot of that clarity, and you're looking at screens trying to figure out and get the information that you want back to you. This vehicle offers simplicity at its best with pure clarity. If we look inside here, this Nissan Rogue has automatic headlights that are LED on this particular spec. All of your remote controls right from the ease of your two palms, Pro Pilot Assist, and all of your Bluetooth functionality down below. It does come with heated seats, a heated steering wheel, which also offers you a remote start for those cold winter days, and a gorgeous heads-up display screen in the middle of the dash here that offers you Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and much, much more. Down below here, we have your push button start with USB and USB-C functionality. It does offer for those that don't want to have the wires sticking out. You have your wireless connectivity charger down below. Some massive cup holders for your Stanley and Yeti fans. I love what Nissan has done over the past few years with their shifters. The shifter is very easy to use and seamless when you want to put it into either reverse or into drive. And with this new electric system that they're doing, it frees up a lot of space so the engineers can create more storage. If you look down below the vehicle in the center console here, it offers a substantial amount of space that you could put your purse, wallet, iPad, phone, or any belongings you may have that otherwise just wouldn't fit. It has a dual panel moonroof. This is a great feature for Nissan. A lot of manufacturers still to this day have a single style one pane moonroof. I think it's a great thing that Nissan offers this in many of their vehicles, where it offers a few different options where it can go from front all the way to the rear, and it just creates a whole different ambiance for the passenger sitting in the back. Not to mention, you get a little bit of extra of that vitamin D. Let's hop into the back of the car just so I can show you how much space is in the rear of this vehicle. So sitting in the back seat of this car, I think for anybody that's sitting in the rear of this vehicle would be thankful for the amount of space that it has for legroom, headroom, and for the fact that for those longer drives that need ample back support, the rear seats do ever so slightly recline, just taking some of that pressure off. A beautiful center armrest with large cup holders, a blind for the rear passengers if they don't want that light coming through, or if there's children sitting in the rear of the vehicle. Handles for getting in and out of the vehicle, mood lighting for the rear, and down below here, and a lot of features that some vehicles in this segment don't offer, and that is functionality to control the indoor temperature, along with heated seats, USB and USB-C. Something great where when you have passengers in the rear of the vehicle, they're not fighting over cords from the front to the back. With ease, we can simply have a phone or iPad in the back and plug it in right to the back, not necessarily interrupting the people that are up front. I love the feel of this vehicle in the rear, and I'd love for you to check this vehicle out. The heart and soul of this bad boy is a 1.5 3-cylinder turbo. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this. We're in a segment where some manufacturers have gone to hybrid, some still using a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, and then we have Nissan using a 3-cylinder 1.5. We believe that the technology in this particular car offers the consumer an insane amount of horsepower considering the size of the engine as a 1.5, offering the customer 201 horsepower and generating very similar torque. And that's very comparable for vehicles that are either 4 cylinders or offer bigger engines. Again, let us know down below what your thoughts are with that. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Brendan Maslin here, General Sales Manager at Pkwy Nissan of Hamilton. I just want to thank you again for checking out our video. If you can remember just to like and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. If there's a particular new or pre-owned vehicle, we'd love to help you out. Check us out on our website. The link is down below in the description. Check us out on our next featured video. Come and get it. And today, we're going to be reviewing this Rock Creek Edition Nissan Rogue. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check us out at Pkwy Nissan and click the link at the bottom of the description for your YouTube-only incentive and promotion, and let's get a conversation started. First and foremost, let us know, based on first impressions, what do you think of this new Rogue? They've made a ton of changes on the appearance of this and some subtle changes. First and foremost, the grille has changed. We have a different, more modern, sleek design with the famous Rock Creek grille that we see on the Nissan Pathfinder. We have this blacked out accent part on the front part of the bumper. These lava red accents down at the very bottom here on the bumper. The Nissan logo is also painted in that matching lava red to pull out the accents in the bottom part of this bumper here as well. And then we have a tubular roof rack system for someone that's going to be more adventurous or have their cargo or hull more belongings, maybe into the bush, maybe into the wilderness, maybe into some exploratory camping expeditions. And this is the vehicle that Nissan has done studies on, as we see competitors in this segment going to this as well. In the RAV4 Trail, we see this on the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, where they come with a little bit more beefy personality to them. And now we have that with the Nissan Rogue. Under the hood of the Nissan Rogue, it's very similar to the previous years of Nissan Rogue, and it doesn't have any alterations to the engine or platform or transmission going to a Rock Creek, as the Rock Creek is some subtle changes on the appearance of the vehicle. So the Rock Creek Edition is priced very similar to an SV premium package, just over 40,000 Canadian, plus applicable taxes, freight and destination charge. Looking at the front here, we also have a few things. Nissan's brought in their Rock Creek logo into the front. We have all of our sensors in the front here for parking. We have our LED lights in the very top, LED lights built into the actual headlights as well. And then as we go down the side of the vehicle here, you'll see a few things that they've changed. So they come with a matte black accent wheel with the Rock Creek little signature that we have down at the very bottom here. But the best part that I love about this Rock Creek are the tires. So from the factory, they now come with Falcon Wild Peak all-terrain tires, and they're great for if you're going to be getting into the mud, the snow, or any kind of terrain where a little bit more aggressive all-terrain tire is going to help you get through whatever destination you're going to. Down the side here, we have our, again, Rock Creek badging with that lava red accent. The Rock Creeks also come with a two-tone, so it has a bit of that black on the mirror, the black on the actual A-pillar, and then you've got your turn indicators along the side.
and of course your bird's eye view parking camera system as well on that passenger side. Down at the bottom, great feature, they've stayed with this here, this black cladding. If you are going to be getting into the bush a little bit or doing any kind of off-roading with this vehicle, making sure that this part here, if it were paint, might get banged up or a little bit scuffed. In this case here, being black plastic with the cladding, it's going to protect you from those elements that it won't destroy the paint, no different than how we have it here on the fenders. Moving down the side here, we've got our intelligent key system, so just simple push of the button here, unlocks or unlocks all the doors. Up top here, we've got the tubular roof rack system, again with that lava red accent to the Rock Creek. Into the back here, acts just like a door, so whenever the doors are unlocked, same with this gas cap here. It is a capless system, so the nice thing there is we review a lot of cars, and some cars still have the traditional style cap, and that can be a pain when it's -10 outside in the dead of winter. This system here is just very easy. Open that just like any kind of door, put your gas in, close it up, and you're good to move on to the next destination. Let's look at the rear. So let us know, guys, what do you think of the rear end of this new Rock Creek edition? I love the fact we've got that simple and subtle lava red accents. I also really like from the rear end how you can see the tubular system to the Rock Creek edition now here. The little badging on the back, and then that gloss Rogue and all-wheel drive badging on the rear. We've got our sonar for the back that obviously is going to help us when we're backing up in parking, and then we also have a rear view camera also mounted on the back of the tailgate here. It does come when you get a Rock Creek with a power liftgate, power up and power down, and it is adjustable to different heights. I'm approximately 6 foot, and it seems to work well for my height, but if you're underground parking or for those that are taller or shorter, it is adjustable. The beautiful thing in this 2-row mid-sized crossover is that you get about 35 cubic liters of space with the rear seats up and about 75 with the rear seats down. I could get hockey bags in your strollers if you're doing a Costco trip, a grocery trip, or even going on a expedition somewhere. There's quite a bit of space in the rear of this vehicle, and I think much more than what some of the competitors would be offering as well. Let us know your thoughts. Do you have a Nissan Rogue, or do you have something that would be similarly sized? How do you think the Nissan Rogue compares in overall size to its competitors? Let's check out the inside of the vehicle and get your thoughts on that. First impressions, they've done a great job. I love the little red stitching we have, which we see across all of our model line when you get into the Rock Creek. I think it gives that nice baseball glove stitching and just creates a bit of that ambiance when you first get in the vehicle. The seats are very comfortable. They are leatherette. They're not true leather, but they seem comfortable, and at first glance, I would never know otherwise. You'll see here at the bottom part of the seat, and as we go to the very top, it does have that nice Rock Creek embroidered logo all the way through to the very top. Looking at the actual steering and instrument panel itself here, the steering wheel itself, good size, not too big, not too small. Has a nice flat D-shaped bottom part of the steering wheel, that nice stitching on it, that beautiful Nissan logo with the red lava accents there as well. And for those that want to have a little bit more fun on the highway or doing any of that off-roading, it does have some paddle shifting on it, so you can actually increase or decrease those gears as you're driving along. The vehicle does come with automatic headlights, which I really like. It's got some simple controls over here for your Pro Pilot. With a lot of these new vehicles, we have the features now where the vehicle will shut itself off if you're sitting at a red light for a long duration. The vehicle here, you can also turn that off. We know some people don't like that feature, and if you're not a fan of that, that's okay too, because you can turn it off and disable that feature down at the very bottom. We have our illumination controls, we have our power liftgate button as well, and then we have that same stitching alongside with the satin black finish onto the door panel here with all of our window controls, our outside mirror adjustments, and of course our door unlock and lock feature as well. As we look at the steering wheel, on the left-hand side here, we've got controls for the volume. We have options to get into the actual settings of the vehicle where we can turn on or turn off some of those safety features whether we want them or not. We have all of our audio controls, and then we get into our settings for any of the maintenance schedules that we can preset on the vehicle. On the right-hand side, we have our Pro Pilot Assist feature, which if you haven't experienced before is a phenomenal feature as you're driving down the busy freeway to be able to make sure we stay within those guidelines on the road and make sure that we don't veer outside of that as a safety feature. We also have at the very bottom of the steering wheel the Bluetooth controls, and then our safe distance keep assist, where we make sure that we keep a proper distance between our vehicle that we're in and the vehicle in front of us, and not getting too close when we're on cruise control on the highway. Over to the right here, we have our screen here, which has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We've got our beautiful high resolution rear view camera, front nose camera, and side cameras displayed on this vehicle that come up on this screen. We have 3 different modes here for the heated seats where we can pre-adjust where we want that to be. We have our automated dual zone climate control display feature down here below. Nice feature with this for a cold winter that we get here in Canada. It does come with heated seats, but alongside that, a heated steering wheel, which I think is a great feature that Nissan has put into this. The one feature that we do miss out on this new Rogue is we don't have a sunroof. And we don't have a sunroof on this because we have the Utilitrack system up top. So I'm not sure, to be determined, whether we will see some people opt to not get this model because they're missing out on the moonroof, and if this will sway enough people to get that extra storage feature that you could have on top of the vehicle by this vehicle. So we're going to probably see it go both ways. Down below here, one feature that's been added to the Rock Creeks is hill descent control. So if you're driving down a hill, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake pedal. It'll actually maintain and keep the vehicle at a slow speed if you're doing any kind of off-roading, or if you're in an area where you don't want to increase your speed too much on some of the trails or in cottage country. Down below here, we've got our off-road mode that comes on this particular model. We have a snow mode to help in those deep snow situations. We have an auto mode, an eco mode to help with fuel efficiency, and of course a sport mode to give it a little bit more pep when you're hitting that gas pedal. Down below here, lots of storage space below. We could probably get a good sized purse, wallets, iPads, phones, and keeps everything out of the way, keeps this area free and clear. The center armrest is a butterfly style opening. I love that they've done that. It makes it easier for the driver, the passenger, or the rear occupants in the vehicle to access the center console, any belongings that might be in there. Great feature that they've done, and it's a good size in depth to give lots of storage space for anybody that has their belongings inside. Let's check out the rear. So here we are now in the back of the vehicle. First impressions are definitely a positive sitting in the rear part of this Nissan Rogue. I would say it's very comparable to that of like a Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, but there is definitely a plus or surplus of space in the back of this Nissan Rogue in comparison to, let's say, the Hyundai Tucson or the Subaru Crosstrek. So I certainly appreciate having a little bit more space here for someone my size at approximately 6 foot. A little bit more hip room, a little bit more leg room, a little bit more headroom in the back of this that the other vehicles simply cannot offer in their spec of how they come. Down below here, we've got our vents for temperature control for the rear. We don't have any controls to adjust the heat or cooling system from here per se, but we do have the controls to allow airflow to come through. And then we've got our USB-C. We are seeing a shift now where vehicles are not including the regular USB or USB lightning cables anymore. I guess they think everybody's got new iPhones or new Androids, so everything's now USB-C, so they do have that. And then in the Rock Creek Edition model of Rogue, it comes with these WeatherTech mats that have a bit of a lip to them, making sure that any of the snow, slush, mud, debris, or dirt stays contained inside those mats and doesn't spill over onto the actual nice carpet of your new vehicle. In the back here, I must say they are super comfortable seats. I'd say in comparison to a lot of vehicles I've been in this size, I would say this is on the higher side or on the more positive side of comfort. Again, as I said to you, lots of space. A nice armrest that does come down for cups or bottles. If you had two people sitting in the rear, obviously if there's somebody sitting in the middle, we need to leave that up. And we do have the option for these rear seats here to be a little bit more upright or recline. Now, when they recline, it's very subtle, it's not very much, but for some people, it makes the world of difference. Let's hop out now and get our final thoughts on the Nissan Rogue. So there you have it. That wraps up our 2026 Rogue Rock Creek review. Now, we're curious. We are big fans, obviously, of this vehicle, as we are a lot of the off-makes. Does this vehicle have the right package now? Personally, we're a big fan of how it looks. And when you're going up against some of the other competitors in this segment, it's the appearance that brings and draws a lot of people in. So do we have a winner here? Would you buy this particular vehicle over the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, getting a little bit more space in this vehicle? Or would you look at the RAV4? Would you look at a RAV4 for the hybrid option? Or would you look at the CR-V? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. It's important to us. And for more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next video.